Welcome to the Butchok Files.
This is another story from the Butchok Files. A story of a poor boy, a broken classroom, and a piece of chalk that changed an entire village. In a remote Indian village during the early 2000s stood a crumbling public school. No lights, no working fans, no clean water, just two teachers, and one faded blackboard that looked more gray than black. Among the students was a 10-year-old boy named Aaron. He wore the same uniform every day, walked to school barefoot, and had nothing in his bag but a pencil, a tiny notebook, and a dream. His father was a struggling farmer, but Aaron didn't care about poverty. He cared about learning. One morning, their teacher didn't show up. The students began to leave until Aaron picked up the last piece of chalk left on the desk. He walked up to the board, wrote a math question, turned around and said, "Let's have a quiz. Whoever wins gets my mother's banana chips." At first, the kids laughed, but one by one they returned, sat down, and started solving. Aaron explained better than most teachers. He didn't shout, he didn't scare, he simply taught from the heart. And every time a teacher was absent, Arun stepped up with that one piece of chalk. Weeks later, a local government official dropped by for a surprise inspection. What he saw? A class in session, kids focused, listening, and at the front, not a teacher, but a small barefoot boy, explaining division with sticks and stones. The official didn't say a word. He quietly took pictures and later wrote an article in the local paper titled, "The Boy Who Taught with Courage and Chalk." The article reached an education-focused NGO in the city. They didn't waste time. They visited the village and rebuilt the school. New roof, working toilets, clean water, real desks, 3 full-time teachers. But the biggest gift? They gave Aaron a scholarship. He would study in the city, books, uniform, shoes, and meals, all free. When they handed him his new uniform, Aaron quietly asked, "Can I still come back on weekends to teach here?" One of the teachers smiled. "Yes, Teacher Aaron, this will always be your classroom." Years later, Arun returned to his village, not as a visitor, but as the principal of that very school. And on the wall of his office, carefully framed behind glass, was that tiny piece of chalk, the same one he once used to teach his classmates. Because sometimes, all it takes is one act of love, one piece of chalk, and one child with a dream.
If this story moved you, don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe to the Butchok Files. For more real stories that inspire the heart and awaken the soul. See you in the next mystery, memory, or miracle. This is the Butchok Files, signing off.